Hey guys, I'm sitting here with my new friend, Sanctus Real. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good, awesome.
Yeah.
So you guys have a lot going on. You have a new album that just recently came out, so tell me about that.
Yeah, we're super excited. We're playing a bunch of new songs off this record right now live, and it's our 5th record with our label, and it came out just a month ago, barely. It's called Pieces of a Real Heart, and maybe you've heard a song, Forgiven. It's been on the radio, and it's really cool that we're still making music. We started back in '96, and yeah, this is our 5th record, so big news.
It's exciting. Are you guys excited about that?
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
So share with me the whole process, especially with this particular album, from the writing stage to the recording in the studio to getting it out there to your fans. Tell me a little bit about that adventure.
Well, the writing stage, it's like kind of happens 2 different ways with us. Either like I have an idea that I bring to the guys and they help me finish it, or they have like a musical, because I do mostly like the melody and lyric stuff, but I'm not great at making it sound, the music sound is cool. So, and then these guys sometimes will like come up with these crazy, musical arrangements that I just love, and I'm just really lucky to be able to write, my part. So it kind of goes both ways, and then other times like these guys will have ideas and lyrically even too, and we'll work on them, and so it just happens all different kinds of ways. We all get together and share ideas, and good stuff happens.
So how is this album different than the one before it, or the one before that, or the one before that, or the one before that?
I think, on this record, I know one thing we've kind of been noticing on this record is that we're very much more intentional with the parts. We didn't just a lot of times it's really easy in this day and age with the digital recording. You just go in there and just lay tons of guitar tracks, drum tracks, everything. You just kind of mix and edit, and get what you want. But this, we were very intentional with like, all right, we need to work out this part because this is going to be the guitar part here, and this, so it's definitely a little more focused, I feel like, musically, from that perspective.
Okay. How long does it take for you guys to get the whole album done, you think, from start to finish? Does it depend?
Yeah, this time around, I guess, from writing to demoing the songs to getting in the studio to finished product was easily a year. And we weren't working the whole time in the studio, obviously. We spent like a week or 2 at a time.
Okay.
So really, in the studio is the least amount of the time that we spend doing a record. It's all the writing and pre-production, and then all the stuff that happens afterwards with the label, getting it out there and all that. So the fun part, though, is in the studio, I think. For me, being a guitar player, that's when you really get to dial stuff in and come up with cool parts.
Too, right?
Yeah.
So you guys compete against each other while
we try to duel it out and see who comes up with a better part.
Punch each other in the face.
Brotherly love. So what's the underlying message, you think, in this particular album? Is there a theme or a message that you're trying to convey to the audience?
Man, I think that every single album we've done has been really personal. It's really important for us to be honest and true, kind of in a gimmicky day and age, everybody's kind of got this kind of face they put on, it seems like, to impress people or to sell a product, and that's just really not us. We're really have to be honest and true about everything we say, in our music, and it has to come from our own life and our own struggles and experiences. So that's what I think is unique about what we try to do. But at the heart of it all, we don't want, for some reason, I don't know why, we write a lot about, like a lot of the struggles that we go through, but we don't ever want that to be wasted, and it never is, because somehow with our faith, it's like God's always working some incredible good out of the things that we go through in life. And it's really important for us to not only be a band that writes about the things we go through, but also writes about how faithful our Creator is to love us and to not waste our suffering, Yes. And so that's kind of, I feel like, has been one of our really strong messages in our music.
So in reference to your faith, how do you think your faith affects your music, or your music affects your faith?
Man.
Anyone?
That's our faith, is such an ingrained part of who we are that I think it seeps into the music so easily, but the other way around, that's really different. So how does the music affect our faith? It's really interesting. I like that question too.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So now,
Good-
what
good
about,
angle.
or what about the music
Like-
industry, as far as the
Yeah.
industry that you're in, the Christian world of music?
Yeah.
Do you have any opinions on that? I mean, you guys have been in the game for a while. Have you seen any changes or any evolution?
It's definitely like a unique thing to be signed to like a Christian record label, right? Because like every genre of music is about the way it sounds and what people like and their taste, what they like to hear. So there's all these different, technically like genres of, Christian folks making music are all pushed into like one genre called Christian. It's very bizarre from the industry side of it, you know. At the same time, I get it because we're singing about things that do pertain, to folks who are Christians, and they would want to know that, and find things that will encourage them in their faith.
True.
So you can look at it two different ways. I mean, it would be nice if a rock band like us didn't get just lumped into a big category where nobody really knows what we sound like,
Right.
But it forces us to try to do all we can to stand out, for who we are.
So how do you stand out when you're performing in your concerts?
Gonna
What
have
can-
to
what
come
can someone
see.
expect? Ah!
Yeah.
Any like special surprises, or is
The
there
hair,
anything you
man.
guys always do?
Chris uses the hair, man. He gets it going, man.
Right.
He's shredding up there.
We're talking about, the cool thing, we just met somebody the other day, randomly, in Oklahoma City. And he's actually the front man for a band called the Flaming Lips.
Okay.
And they have all sorts of stage gimmicks. So we've kind of been, we're not a gimmicky band. We don't have like confetti cannons or anything, but there's been talk. So we'll see if you come out to see us this year, maybe you'll see a little confetti cannon, or maybe just like one of those little things of confetti. Like a little pop.
One or the other.
Yeah.
It'll either be
We're working on
epic
it.
or just really disappointing.
or not even happen.
Yeah.
So you guys have
Performance.
you have a lot of close relationships, like with your fans. You
Yeah.
let them get really involved in what's going on and following you. And do you have like groups of people that follow you from like place to place, or any amazing fan stories, or any on the road stories? Anything exciting that happened once on a trip somewhere?
Man, we get all kinds of excited things. We get all kinds of fans who follow us all over the place, like different cities and Twitter. I mean, follow us on Twitter. We actually had our fans name our record, decide between two different names.
Wow,
so
that's
they're really
exciting.
involved in what we do. We get a lot of feedback. Crazy stories. We had a fun story in Finland. A lot of times people ask us what's some funny things that happen on the road, and one of the funniest things that ever happened to us is we played a festival in Finland for 12,000 people. And we walked out on stage, and nobody moved, nobody clapped, nobody did anything.
It was just silent.
They were just silent, staring at us.
Wow.
Okay, for like for our entire intro, we walk on stage with the music going and everything, and all of a sudden, we play I went to sing the first note of the lyric in the song, and I was blinded by cameras and like couldn't even hear my in-ear monitors because the screaming was so loud. And what they had done was they had played a practical joke on us, and the people who announced us had told 12,000 people not to make a sound or not to give us any reaction. But when I sang the first word of the first song, everybody take a picture and scream at the top of their lungs.
That's a great
So
story.
we got pranked by 12,000 people.
You can
Wow.
find it on YouTube. It's up.
It's on
you can
YouTube,
yeah.
Search
Oh.
Sanctus Real Finland, and
Yeah, it's pretty
it's pretty
crazy.
funny.
Oh, that's great. I have to check that out.
Yeah.